Okay, so we are live now. Hello everyone who has joined already, but we'll take a couple of minutes for other participants to join. Okay, I guess we are ready to go live. So hello everyone, and thank you for joining our Provider Relations team live session. We are really happy to speak to our community and update you on the recent Gthe developments.
Fantastic. Good afternoon, everybody. As Olga mentioned, it's a pleasure to have you here today, and we're excited to get started and proceed with today's presentation. So once again, we are at today's Provider Relations Team live session, and we're eager to get started. So let's get into it. First and foremost, just a brief introduction to myself and my esteemed colleague. My name is Ahmed Abdurrahman. I am part of the Provider Relations team. I am the Provider Relations Specialist. I have a background in academics as well as a clinical practice. I come from a clinical background where I've had the great opportunity to work in every clinical nuance and every clinical specialty you can imagine. I've worked side by side with surgeons, OBGYNs, general practitioners, as well as an extensive medical research background. I joined SolveCare because I believe in their vision. I believe in the goals of SolveCare, and I believe in international telemedicine and accessing healthcare to every corner of the world. I've had a fantastic time at SolveCare so far, and I look forward to a future of success and growth. I'll pass it on to my colleague, Ms. Olga Kutinina, who can then introduce herself as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Olga, and I'm a project coordinator at SolveCare. Currently, I'm working together with Ahmed in Provider Relations team. And I want to thank you. I want to thank our colleagues from a community team for inviting us to do this live session. I've been with SolveCare for almost 2 years already. I came to the company with project management background in the NGO field. While I really enjoyed doing local projects, social work, and charitable projects, I enjoyed making impact on a local level. But since I remember myself, my ambition was always to make a global impact. And I joined SolveCare because I was inspired by its global mission, rapid growth, and the energy of people working here. And nothing is impossible seems to be an unofficial slogan of SolveCare, and it's not an exaggeration. And for me, it's an honor to work in such an international team that SolveCare put together. Going back to you, Ahmed.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, Olga. So as can be seen, we have a very diverse team of colleagues here who are very apt at what they do and bring a collective diverse background to the team. Thank you for that, Olga. So again, as mentioned today, we have a very exciting and very interesting agenda. We have a lot of great news to share with you. A lot of fantastic milestones have been accomplished thus far. First, we want to talk about our global community of physicians, which is a very unique and exciting topic. We also want to speak about our very impressive ambassador program, as well as our distributorship program, and also talk briefly about some of the next steps that we have for 2021. So I'll pass it on to you, Olga, and please feel free to fill us in.
Thank you, Ahmed. So SolveCare, as a true leader in both blockchain and healthcare industries, understands that in the modern world, it is our responsibility to empower the best minds globally to make a change and to build the healthcare of the future. We united healthcare professionals, true innovators in the field willing to leave their legacy and to change healthcare as we know it. And feedback we receive from our community of physicians now is that they are tired of bureaucracy, of inadequacy of healthcare systems around the world, and they see decentralization as the way to change healthcare for better. And SolveCare platform gives them this opportunity. And all of them united around SolveCare's mission to make healthcare accessible to everyone. And the first network that our global community of physicians help us build is Global Telehealth Exchange. And they're not just the participants or users of the solution, but they truly design it. They help us create it. And they bring years of experience and knowledge to build a telemedicine solution that providers around the world need. And there are four main reasons why we build global community of physicians. The first reason is to empower physicians globally to redefine healthcare. The second reason, we are adopting the blockchain philosophy of decentralization, of giving power to people to healthcare, where our vision is to create the first social network for physicians and patients comprising of interoperable care networks. And the last reason is that they bring the years of experience, practice, and knowledge to help us build better solutions that will improve healthcare for everyone. And I'm really excited to share with you that our global physicians community is growing every day. Currently, we have 1,000 physicians on different stages of engagement from 33 countries. And the number is growing, and it's really exciting to see what countries will grow tomorrow and to tell my colleagues about that. And almost all of those physicians are registered on Gthg. Many of them contact us on social media. Me and Ahmed, we daily get many emails from physicians asking questions, providing their insight or offering help and cooperation. Also, our vision for this global platform is that Global Telehealth Exchange works 24 hours, 7 days a week. So at any given time, there will be a doctor who is active on the platform and ready to accept appointments. And let's say, for example, if a person in Mexico needs a doctor at the middle of the night on Gthg, that there will be a doctor, let's say, in India where it's already daytime to help him and provide quality healthcare services. Back to you, Ahmed.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, Olga. Very much appreciated. So just building on some of the momentum that my colleague has generated, as described, we have an abundance of an international presence. And within that international presence, we also have a plethora of specialties of medicine engaged in Gthg that include, but not limited to, psychiatry, dermatology, neurology, cardiology, gastroenterology, and the list goes on and on and on. So the applicability and the interest in Gthg is just endless. But not only have we received interest from general medical professionals, but we've also received an abundance of interest from a variety of other healthcare providers, which again include, but are not limited to, psychologists, dentists, chiropractors, optometrists, and physiotherapists. So as can be seen, the interest in Gthg is just endless and seamless. So one of our significant milestones that we were very proud of and took a lot of work to complete was the commencement of our credential verification for healthcare providers. So we commenced this just at the precipice of the new year on December 18th in 2020. This was a milestone for us that was profoundly monumental. The amount of work and the amount of effort that went into this was just limitless. We take significant concern in actually the steps concerning credential verification. And for that reason, we partnered with a very reputable company called Sterling Backcheck. This company is known internationally. They have more than 7,000 clients worldwide. And because of the effort and the time put into partnering with this service provider, we are actually able to come up with an expedited process for credential verification, which takes a minimum of 2 business days and a maximum of 5 business days. We understand the value of having credentials verified in an expedited process. And it's for that reason we took the effort and time to partner with such a reputable company that could allow us to do this in such a short period of time. So our next steps for verification include verification launch in countries like India, regions like the Gulf, and countries like Turkey and Nigeria in the near future. The other area that we've had great success in thus far is focus group testing. So at SolveCare, we take our development very seriously, and we are very critical of the steps put into Gthe. We're very proud of the success that we've had, but we never like to become complacent. And for that reason, we've had an abundance of focus group testing, both from the patient perspective, as well as the physician perspective. So we've identified some areas of improvement and have actually made changes and improvements in areas such as setting up a user profile, the ease of finding a doctor for a patient, invoicing for healthcare providers, as that is a very important component, accessing prescription writing for those healthcare providers that do use prescriptions, the general intuitiveness of the app, as well as the functionality of the provider wallet, and most importantly, the ease of the payment process. So just looking at the screen, we have a very brief snapshot into some of the metrics employed in the focus group testing. And we look at questions such as, how easy was it to set up your profile in Gthg, ranking between 1 and 10, as well as how effective is Gthg in reducing the administrative work for providers. That is one of our flagship features and a feature that we are very proud of. And of course, as you know, Gthg does dramatically decrease the administrative work for providers. So next, I wanted to talk about our Gthg Ambassador Program. For those of you that are unaware of this program, this is a profoundly unique program. And not only is it a program that has driven growth for us, but it really is a program that is close to our hearts here at SolveCare. This program not only allows us to build on the success of our unique features, but really allows us to galvanize momentum by engaging with our community, by recognizing that we cannot build features within a vacuum, but recognizing that we need to grow and succeed by listening to our audience. So moving forward, I want to talk a little bit more about the Gthg Ambassador Program and recognizing the pillars that it is built on. So within the Gthg Ambassador Program, ambassadors are allowed to put their input into the Gthg roadmap. So it helps us build a solution, not only for physicians, but a solution that is suggested and improved upon by physicians. The ambassadors also act as educators and provide information about Gthg, disseminating SolveCare's vision for healthcare around the world. So the advocacy and the evangelization of SolveCare's vision is something that we share with our ambassadors and something that allows us to really get our message across internationally. And we've had messages and information from top healthcare professionals around the world that have confirmed that the features of Gthg are really the solutions needed in today's healthcare world. Furthermore, we've gotten great support from the global providers community for these initiatives, and we've had great success so far, and we look forward to great success in the future. So a little bit about the Ambassador Program update. As time goes on, as Olga had mentioned, we constantly receive emails, constantly receive communication from people that are interested in the Ambassador Program. And to date, we have 25 committed ambassadors that span breadth of 9 countries. The providers are not only limited to physicians, but include physicians, healthcare educators, healthcare writers as well. So our process of selection for the ambassador program is a very rigorous process. It's one that we essentially have every high metric to reference, and it's one that allows influential healthcare professionals to become part of the program. As mentioned, the process is very rigorous for the interview, which actually means that only 20% of people who apply to the program are accepted and pass. So one of our flagship ambassadors is Dr. Swapna Vaidya, who is a chief psychiatrist at Kaiser Permanente in Washington. And she is one of our strong advocates for Global Telehealth Exchange, who has even described Global Telehealth Exchange to be an opportunity to reach what she has defined as a utopia of medicine. So again, as mentioned, we have a very diverse group of ambassadors within our ambassador program. That includes providers and professionals who are authors of award-winning newsletters, such as Doctor in Your House, professional medical bloggers, past presidents of the Telemedicine Society of India, associate professors of physiology at institutions such as the Pondicherry Institute of Medical Science, as well as a profound diversity in professionals and specialists, including Dr. Ashit Chawla, who is a urologist who works at Cleveland Clinic, as well as St. Joseph's Healthcare Facility in Toronto, Canada. So looking at the Ambassador Product Management Council, for those of you who are unaware, this is, again, a very unique tool employed by SolveCare. It's something that allows us to drive growth and once again builds on the platform that is truly successful, which allows us to build a solution for physicians by physicians, so to speak. So we've recently had a very successful PMC meeting on January 20th that garnered a lot of stimulating conversation and a lot of unique ideas that could potentially be put into the roadmap for Gthe. So just a brief summary about how the PMC process works for those of you who are unaware is that candidate topics that are potentially good opportunities for Gthe are submitted by attendees, at which point all attendees and all ambassadors will have an opportunity not only to review, but to rank that candidate topic in terms of how functional it will be in Gthe. At that point, we do an internal cost estimation of that proposed topic. We look at the functionality, we look at the features, and we present those findings to our PMC attendees. And at that point, if it is a viable candidate topic, it could potentially even be put into our roadmap. So as can be seen, the physician ambassadors have a direct engaged role in not only communicating, but shaping the future of Gthe. So right now, I just want to focus on a quick video which highlights some of the success that we had at our recent PMC meeting. So we'll just listen in quickly and see some of the conversation that was generated.
It's a brilliant start to involve every ambassador into the thought process of the company. So, it helps you feel part of it, and you don't think every time in terms of monetary gains, but you feel the ownership because you're involved and the ideas which you share amongst your colleagues.
So I was thinking about developing for each country a list of diseases that other countries may not be familiar with, so it gets listed on our radar screen.
What do people think about, recording like smaller podcasts or things like that, since it's a technology-driven company, along with written things, something people can also listen to?
So like a strategic partnership, say, with a British Blockchain Association.
Oh, I think we're on.
Healthcare takes very, very little of our fee for administrative aspects. So therefore, putting a small amount per visit towards charity and using the SolveCare token, for that, I think enhances. It's a win-win for everybody.
Sub-councils in the future for regions, okay, because telehealth in the United States might be a little bit different from how India is going to do, but it's very important for us to gather and understand what's going on in each area. Then we can feed each other on new opportunities and a new vision and strategic planning for how we wanted to do this.
We are really a global community right now. And it's amazing that you're expanding that vision and it's coming to work.
Great. So just a quick summary, as can be seen during that quick summary from our previous PMC meeting. As mentioned, there was a tremendous amount of inspiring conversation generated, and we've had nothing but positive feedback from our ambassadors with regards to the opportunity for engagement. So again, just wanted to move forward with our distributorship program. The distributorship program, again, is something that is really close to my heart. It's something that I really believe in, and something that is not only a platform for success, but is really an infrastructure of our strategy here at SolveCare. It is something that is really unique and really allows us to be a trailblazer and market leader in this platform. And it's something that is really quite unique and allows, again, for more engagement. So we'll get into the distributorship program a little bit more, and just to specify and kind of pull out some of the details. So really the question is, why is the Gthe distributorship program important? So really the importance lies on the fact that the distributorship program allows for maximized provider enrollment and adoption. We get faster market penetration and regional telemedicine success. And we get to specify and meet telemedicine requirements in unique and nuanced regions. So as we all know, telemedicine is not a one-stop shop or a one hat that fits all, but telemedicine requirements differ from region to region. And through the distributorship program that is built on a regional success, we are able to meet those regional requirements that satisfy telemedicine for that specific territory. Furthermore, our distributors are able to act as a reference for business development globally. We're able to enact joint regional marketing campaigns with our distributors. And last but not least, our distributors are actually able to employ proper verification of all Gthe providers practicing within that territory. So who is a Gthe distributor profile? This is actually a profile that is quite diverse and can include a multitude of identities. So it could include a healthcare company or an organization. It could also include a clinical corporation with a vast network of provider contacts, which include, but are not limited to, clinical contacts, medical support contacts, as well as medical insurance contacts. It could also be a clinical corporation with pre-existing telemedicine services, or even one looking to implement telemedicine services in areas such as mental health services, primary care consultations, pre-surgical consultations, or even radiological consultations. So some of the first results are very exciting, and really, to be quite frank, they are very electric and very, very promising. We have had a lot of interest in the distributorship program in countries such as India, and quite frankly, across regions such as the Arabian Gulf region. So really, the next steps are to look forward and to discuss distributorship programs in regions such as Turkey and Nigeria. And all I can say is that you really have to stay tuned. We have some very, very exciting updates coming next month regarding this program. So I'll pass it on to my colleague now, Olga, who'll continue with some of our next steps for 2021.
Thank you, Ahmed. And the last item on our agenda, and one of the most important, is our next steps in 2021. So first of all, let me update you on Solve Token. As you know, Solve Token is a very important part of the whole Solve Care ecosystem and global telehealth exchange including. And our team is working hard to make Solve Token available and accessible and easy to purchase to doctors and patients worldwide. So one of the steps we make in this direction is including functionality in Care Wallet that will allow purchasing Solve directly in the Care Wallet. So the patients will be able to buy Solve in the Care Wallet and pay for healthcare services immediately without any middleman. And judging from a feedback that we received from our provider community and from our focus groups, doctors also appreciate the opportunity to receive payments in digital currency and see it as a tool see it as an investment opportunity. And as an industry leader, we always keep an eye on the market. And we see that decentralized trading platforms are getting more and more popular. And we recognize integration with those platforms as one of the way to increase Solve Token accessibility for patients and doctors worldwide. And lastly, a good news coming from Indonesia. Solve Token is officially recognized by the Indonesian government as one of the 229 crypto assets allowed to be traded. We also see interest from healthcare providers from Indonesia. They sign up on Global Telehealth Exchange, and that's why we decided to include Indonesia in our roadmap and in the launch plan for this year. And currently we are working on attracting more providers from the country, building partnerships with local organizations to make sure that the launch in Indonesia runs smoothly. And next, we would like to share with you our marketing approach for Gthg. I know many of you have been asking about how we are marketing Gthg and what our next steps in this regard. So our general approach includes three main actions. Its primary focus on building physicians community, local marketing campaigns that we plan and execute together with our local distributors that Ahmed have mentioned previously. Also, as a part of our approach, we expect physicians to bring patients on Gthg, but that's not the only way we expect patients to learn about our platform. We also plan the global marketing campaign targeted at them. And Global Telehealth Exchange has unique value proposition that is appreciated by healthcare providers worldwide. That's why our marketing approach is unique in a kind. We adopt best marketing practices on telemedicine market, but also we stay aligned with our global vision for Global Telehealth Exchange. So next, let me tell you more specifically about what we are currently doing and what we are planning to do to promote Gthg worldwide. First of all, Distributorship Program. This is mine and Ahmed's baby, because for last couple of weeks we've been working on that tirelessly, and we are very excited that we finally launched the program. We managed to develop business flow, legal flow for the program, and also incorporate the program into Global Telehealth Exchange. And currently we are on a stage we actively discussing with our local distributors enhancement to the platform that can make it more regional specific. And also we are planning to launch joint marketing campaign with our ambassadors. We are already in the planning stage, and it's very interesting how telemedicine market differs in different countries. So let's say Mexican telemedicine market is very different from what we have in the US. That's why it's very valuable to have ambassadors from different countries on board, as they help us with their knowledge and understanding of the market, and they help us plan our targeted activities and execute them more effectively. Ambassador program that has been launched a few months ago is on, and as Ahmed mentioned before, we already have 25 committed ambassadors that are top professionals in the field representing leading global healthcare institutions, and the number is growing every day. We get a lot of applications from candidates for the ambassador program, and we started involving our ambassadors into product building process. So Ahmed previously mentioned the Product Management Council that is on air right now, as well as a focus group. And we expect those two initiatives to go along with the further development of Global Telehealth Exchange. So we would include feedback from healthcare providers into roadmap constantly and make sure that our solution reflects exactly what healthcare providers want and what they need, tools they need in their work. And we support our providers in their recruitment activities. We provide them with resources and support for promotion of Gthg among their physicians community. Educational campaign. Why we do educational campaign? Not only to educate providers about Global Telehealth Exchange, but also to promote blockchain as a way to go for better healthcare and telemedicine worldwide. So the target of our educational campaign are not only doctors, that are not only patients, but also doctors who are not very familiar with innovations in healthcare and still doubtful about adopting telemedicine in their practice. And for them, we organize roundtables, and webinars. Some of you may have participated in our previous webinars, and we also preparing another one next month, and the topic is still a secret, but of course we share, sooner or later we share all our secrets with you, our community. One of the items that we do in this regard is creating social media groups for providers. Currently we have a group on LinkedIn and on WhatsApp, where global telehealth exchange providers can network, exchange their experience, materials, and ask questions about Gthe and provide their ideas. Our team constantly develops content and collateral materials for providers and ambassadors that they can use to disseminate information about global telehealth exchange and SolveCare's vision of healthcare. And active visibility with healthcare community globally. We realize that to become a truly international solution, we need providers and institutions around the world to be familiar with our vision, with our mission and agenda. That's why we work to engage with healthcare and telemedicine association worldwide. Currently, we are a member of International Society for Telemedicine and eHealth. This is an umbrella organization that that covers all local telemedicine organizations worldwide. And we work with them on producing content, organizing events, and also on creating working groups where global telehealth exchange physicians can participate and do research together with international physician communities that the organization has. As representatives of healthcare, of SolveCare, usually participate in different healthcare events. Like yesterday, Pradeep gave a speech at Telemedicine and Digital Health Conference. This conference brought together C-level executives from a wide range of hospitals, insurance companies, third-party administrator to discuss the future of digital health and telemedicine. And Pradeep's speech was focused on, of course, on blockchain in healthcare. So if you weren't a participant of the conference, you can, of course, watch the video recording that we will share with you soon. We also work with top medical journals, creating mutual content with them, and very soon you'll be able to see our publications there. Also, we collect ideas from our ambassadors about the events they want to participate and represent global telehealth exchange at. And as a part of our activities, we also participate in social media groups and medical forums where we engage with healthcare providers. We tell them about SolveCare, global telehealth exchange, and we try to educate them about blockchain adoption in healthcare and explain why it's important. Back to you, Ahmed.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Olga, for that. So as can be heard, there's an abundance of things going on here at SolveCare. And quite frankly, if there's one word that can describe our general mood, it's just electric and excited for the future. So, you know, some of the key accomplishments we've had this year and at the end of last year, of course, were our ambassador program, the commencement of credential verification, our distributorship program, and last but not least, we're very excited about the Solve token and the borderless payment platform that it offers. And of course, as Olga had mentioned, the most recent news by the Indonesian government. So all in all, as described, the mood is very palpably electric here at SolveCare, and we're nothing but excited for the future.
And thank you a lot for taking your time to listen to us and to our team's update. And if you have any question, just let our community team know and they will pass them to us and we will answer them as soon as possible.
Okay, thanks for that, Olga. Very much appreciated. All right. for now, then we'll depart, and we look forward to speaking to you again in the very near future with some very exciting news.
Thank you, everyone. Have a
Thank you.
great day.
Bye-bye.